My boyfriend brought his lonely friend on every single date, even to our breakup. He looked at me and said, "He has no one else. You're being selfish." I stared back and said, "No, I'm just tired of dating two people." I finally walked away, and that's when his friend pulled me aside. "I didn't know he lied to you. Now he's blocked, alone, and desperate for me to come back." So I know how this sounds already, like some weird sitcom plot or something, but I swear this is actually happening and I feel like I'm losing my damn mind over it. I've been dating my boyfriend, let's call him Xavier, for about 8 months now. Things were mostly good at the start. He was sweet, attentive, funny, all the basics. But over the last 3 months, things have just gotten weird, like really weird. The problem is his best friend, Liam, 24M. And when I say his best friend, I mean it in the most codependent, always there, invasive way you can imagine. Like this man is on our dates. Every single one. The first couple of times, I thought it was just a fluke. Like we were grabbing food and Xavier would be like, "Hey, Liam was just in the area. He's gonna swing by." And I didn't want to be rude. I figured, okay, maybe they're super close. Maybe he's going through something. But then it kept happening. We'd plan a movie night at my place. Liam was there. We went out to a little Italian place for our 2-month anniversary. Liam was there. Even when I tried to make it a double date and brought a single friend of mine along so Liam wouldn't feel third wheelie. They barely talked. It was a complete flop. She literally texted me afterward. Was that a setup or an intervention? I asked Xavier about it, like gently at first. "Hey babe, I love that you care about Liam, but I kind of want some alone time with just you. It's been a lot lately." And that's when he dropped the tragic backstory package on me. Apparently, Liam had a rough upbringing. His mom died when he was young. His dad's not in the picture. He's an only child, no friends, no girlfriend. He saved Xavier's life once. I didn't get details on that one, just that he's like a brother. Xavier got really emotional about it, and I felt like an actual monster for being annoyed. So I backed off. For like 2 more weeks. Then Liam came with us to see Barbie, a movie Xavier originally said he didn't care about, but suddenly wanted to go to, and then invited Liam, who barely looked up from his phone the whole time. I spent most of the film wondering if I was the third wheel on my own date. I brought it up again, and Xavier basically acted like I had no heart. "Liam's going through a lot right now. He doesn't have anyone. It's only a few hours out of your day," etc. Every time I push back, I feel like I'm this evil girlfriend who doesn't care about his friend's pain. But here's the thing. I don't really know Liam. I've tried. But he barely talks to me. Doesn't ask questions, doesn't engage. I've never even seen him smile. He just sits there like an awkward cousin you forgot you invited. And honestly, I don't think it's my responsibility to absorb someone else's trauma just because my boyfriend feels bad. The final straw was last weekend. I told Xavier I really wanted to go do something just the two of us. I picked a small nature trail I love. Not too popular, very peaceful, perfect for one-on-one time. And he said, "Yeah, let's do it." Tell me why Liam shows up at the meeting spot in hiking boots and a camelback, like we're all besties about to summit Everest. I didn't say anything in the moment because I was so blindsided, but I didn't even enjoy the walk. I just kept thinking, is this what my relationship is now? A glorified group hang with a stranger? So I've made a decision. If nothing changes after this next conversation, I'm ending things. I care about Xavier, I do, but I can't date both of them. I'm 22, not 42. I'm not interested in parenting a grown man and his emotionally adopted sidekick. TLDR. My boyfriend keeps bringing his friend on our dates and guilt-tripping me with a sob story whenever I push back. It's been 3 months of this. I'm seriously considering ending the relationship over it. Am I being heartless? Edit 1. Because I already got a DM asking this. No, Liam doesn't live with us. I have my own place and Xavier technically has his own apartment too. But he's been at mine more often lately, sometimes with Liam in tow. Like literally, "Hey, is it okay if he crashes on the couch?" And what do I say? "No, let the trauma guy sleep in his car? Come on." Edit 2. I'm going to talk to Xavier tomorrow. We agreed to meet up at this park near both of us. I'm going to be honest and lay it all out, and I swear if he brings Liam to this conversation, it's game over before I even say a word. Update 1. Okay, so I wasn't even going to post an update originally because I figured this would be a clean, if awkward, breakup, and I'd just go cry into a pillow like a normal person and move on. But Reddit? Y'all, what happened was so baffling I don't even know where to begin. So like I said in my last post, I told Xavier we needed to talk. I picked a small park halfway between our places. It's quiet, open, lots of benches. I got there early because I needed to mentally prepare myself. And honestly, I was nervous. My hands were sweaty. I kept going over what I was going to say in my head. I'd practiced it the night before in the mirror. I was ready to be direct but not cruel. Guess who shows up with Xavier? Yup, Liam. I just stood there blinking at them for a second like maybe I'd hallucinated it. Like maybe two Xaviers walked up and one of them was just an illusion of disappointment. But nope, there's Liam, walking two steps behind like the world's saddest hype man. I looked at Xavier and just said, I asked to talk privately. And he shrugs, and goes, say it in front of Liam. It's fine. It's not fine. But at this point, my heart was racing, and I didn't have the energy to argue logistics anymore. So I took a deep breath and said what I came to say. I care about you, but I'm not happy in this relationship. It feels like I'm constantly competing for your attention with someone who shouldn't be in our relationship in the first place. I feel manipulated, and I need to walk away from this. I wish I could say he took it well. Instead, he launched into the exact same speech as before. How Liam's his family, how I'm being insensitive, how he can't just abandon someone who saved his life. I swear he used the same phrases, like he had this whole sob story memorized and laminated. And I snapped. I looked at Liam, who, by the way, looked like he had no clue what was going on, and said, I'm sorry, but I don't give a fuck about what Liam is going through right now. This is about me breaking up with you, period. Why is he even here? That's when it got interesting. Liam turns to Xavier and goes, I kid you not, what did you tell her? So now they're arguing. And I'm just standing there like a shocked mom at a parent-teacher conference watching her kid throw a desk. Apparently, and I cannot believe I'm typing this, Xavier made all of it up. Liam's mom is not dead. His dad is in his life. He has two siblings and a fiancé, like engaged to be married, lives in Europe for study abroad fiancé. And she's real. Liam pulled out his phone and showed me a picture like we were on an episode of To Catch a Liar. So now I'm stunned. Liam is furious. And Xavier just sits there, not apologizing, not explaining, just sitting there like a dog that knows it's about to get yelled at, but doesn't quite understand why. Eventually, Liam storms off. He later DM'd me. I'll get to that. I told Xavier he was manipulative and dishonest, and that I never wanted to hear from him again. Then I walked home. I didn't even look back. Edit. A lot of people are asking why Xavier would do this. I honestly don't know. Control? Insecurity? Some kind of weird hero complex where he wanted to seem like this amazing, loyal guy for standing by his traumatized best friend? Maybe he thought it made him look noble. All I know is he was willing to invent someone else's tragedy just to avoid being alone with me. And that's when it hit me. He didn't want to be alone with me. Not in the he hates me way. More like he was uncomfortable with emotional intimacy. He always brushed off serious conversations, always needed distractions. Liam wasn't a best friend to him. He was a human buffer. Anyway, I'll post one more update after this, about Liam's DM, and what I learned after the fact. It kind of put a weird little cherry on top of this cursed Sunday. TLDR. Tried to break up with my boyfriend. He brought Liam. Turns out he'd made up an entire sob story about Liam's life to guilt me. Liam is a perfectly well-adjusted guy with a fiancé. I dumped Xavier on the spot. Update 2. After that breakup in a park disaster, I didn't expect to hear from Liam again. I figured he'd be pissed, embarrassed, and as done with this whole situation as I was. But about 40 minutes later, I get a DM on Instagram. At first, I almost didn't open it. Like, what now? But curiosity got the best of me. It was actually really polite. He started with, hey, sorry about what happened earlier. I had no idea what Xavier had been telling you about me. I feel awful that you got dragged into that. And honestly, it felt genuine. He explained everything. Apparently, Xavier told him that I was uncomfortable being alone with Xavier, like I had some kind of anxiety or past trauma, and felt safer when there was a third person around. Not just that, Xavier supposedly told Liam that I had specifically requested Liam be there when we went out. Like, please come on our dates. I don't feel safe without you. Sir, what? Liam said he thought it was weird, but he didn't question it because Xavier can be intense, and he assumed it was some personal boundary I had. And with his fiancée in Europe for the past few months, he didn't have much going on, so he figured why not hang out and be supportive. I asked him point blank, did you ever think it was a little strange how often you were with us? And his response, yeah, but Xavier made it sound like you needed me there. And if that wasn't the case, I'm really sorry. I would have bowed out immediately. He also told me that Xavier has a bit of a reputation for being clingy in relationships. Apparently, his last girlfriend broke up with him because he had a habit of projecting emotional baggage onto other people to avoid dealing with his own. I don't know what that means exactly, but it tracks. I asked him what the deal was with the whole, he saved my life narrative. He laughed. Like actually typed LMAO. Turns out, they got caught in a rip current while swimming 2 years ago, and Liam helped pull him toward the shore. That's it. Not exactly rescue mission material, and Xavier has apparently milked it into some you owe me everything brotherhood. Oh, and the whole Liam has no family thing? Not only false, but Liam is close with his siblings. His brother was actually his best man for the engagement party before his fiancée left for Europe. He told me I'm welcome to follow his fiancée on Insta if I still think she's imaginary. I didn't ask, but NGL, I did look. She's real. Very into dogs. Cute couple. So yeah, that's the full unraveling of this tangled mess. It's honestly still messing with my head a little. I keep replaying the past 3 months and wondering what was real and what was just part of some manipulation game. I keep thinking about the nights Xavier would get all distant and say things like, I don't want Liam to feel left out, or he has nobody to talk to, when apparently Liam was FaceTiming his fiancée and playing D&D with his brother on the same nights. I don't think I was dating a pathological liar, but I do think I was dating someone who couldn't face real emotional intimacy and use someone else's fake tragedy to build a wall between us. I'm sad. I really am. But more than anything, I'm relieved and honestly kind of grossed out. I mean, I tried so hard to be understanding, to be kind, to accommodate someone I thought was grieving and lonely, and none of it was even true. Xavier hasn't messaged me since the park meltdown. I blocked him. I'm not looking back. Liam and I aren't going to be friends or anything, but he did say, if nothing else, I hope you feel a little less crazy now. And yeah, Liam, I really do. TLDR, Liam DM'd me after the breakup and told me Xavier had lied to both of us. Xavier said I was uncomfortable being alone with him, which is why Liam kept tagging along. All the tragic stuff about Liam's life? Fake. Liam is a normal, well-adjusted guy with a fiancé and 2 siblings. Xavier just didn't want to be emotionally available and used Liam as a buffer. I'm out, and I feel lighter already. Final update. Hey Reddit. Just wanted to post one last update, mostly for closure, and because a few of you messaged asking how I'm doing. Honestly, I'm doing okay. Better than okay, actually. I've been sleeping better, eating real meals again, and my apartment feels like my space again. Quiet, peaceful, no third-wheel energy hovering around like a sad ghost in hiking boots. But something did happen after my last update that kind of tied the whole thing together and gave me the closure I didn't even know I needed. So after I blocked Xavier, I figured that was it. Done. No more contact. But I forgot that his mom, who I've met maybe twice, still follows me on Instagram. She never liked or commented on anything before, so I didn't think about it. But about 2 days after everything went down, she DMs me. Super polite. Very momish. Hi, sweetheart. I'm so sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to say, I'm sorry things didn't work out with you and Xavier. I always thought you were lovely. I also wanted to clear something up in case there was a misunderstanding. Now, this was unexpected. We go back and forth a bit, and she ends up calling me. And she tells me this. Apparently, Xavier had this pattern growing up. He always needed a buffer person in his relationships. Like even in high school, he'd go to prom with a friend tagging along, or convince his then-girlfriend to let his cousin hang out on movie nights. When people started noticing, his excuse was always the same. They're going through a lot right now, but the real reason. Xavier has severe anxiety about being alone with romantic partners. Not because he's afraid of them, but because he's afraid of being seen. Emotionally, I mean. His mom said he's always had this thing where he needs someone else in the room so the focus isn't just on him. Like if the intimacy gets too real, he shuts down. He can be funny, affectionate, even romantic, but only with a third person there to absorb some of the pressure. Otherwise, he panics. She said she tried to get him into therapy years ago, but he always brushed it off. His last girlfriend? Same issue. And the one before that. And apparently, this thing with Liam. Not even the first time he's used a friend as a human security blanket. She didn't know the details of the lies he told me. She was horrified when I told her. But she wasn't shocked that he pulled someone else into the relationship dynamic. She said, he builds these sandcastle relationships but refuses to let anyone walk on the beach. Which, damn, that hit hard. I still think what he did was manipulative and I don't regret ending it for a second. But it gave me a bit of understanding. Not forgiveness, but context. Xavier wasn't trying to hurt me. He was trying not to feel vulnerable. And in doing that, he lied, projected, manipulated, and made our entire relationship about someone who wasn't even really in it. So yeah, that's the final piece. I feel lighter knowing it wasn't about me, that I wasn't crazy or selfish or heartless. I was just the latest person to get caught in a pattern that he refuses to face. I've deleted his number, blocked him everywhere, and started journaling again, which I hadn't done since college. I even signed up for a pottery class because I need to stop thinking about men and start thinking about clay. Thank you to everyone who commented on the original post, who messaged me, or who even just upvoted and made me feel like I wasn't insane. Reddit is chaotic, but y'all helped me feel seen at a time I really needed it. Stay away from emotionally unavailable men and their imaginary sob stories. You deserve to be the main person in your own relationship, not an extra in someone else's personal drama. TLDR. Xavier's mom reached out. Turns out Xavier has a long history of sabotaging relationships by inserting third people as emotional buffers. He lied because he was scared of intimacy, not because he hated me. Still manipulative, but at least I know it wasn't about me. I'm out, healing, and very done. Thanks again, Reddit. You have no idea how much it meant to be believed.